here in Bologna, Italy to try out the all-new Fantic Caballero 500 and Caballero 700. Now, Fantic was recently launched. The distributorship, of course, was captured by Access Plus, the same group that has brought us Ducati, Italjet, Beta. Now they have Fantic. So when you're talking about Access Plus, it's always about performance bikes. Performance bikes, performance bikes. Tsaka, syempre, understood, forma na bikes din.
You let me penetrate you. You let me complicate.
So primarily, Fantic is known for off-road. That's their their gist, right? And recently I was told that they've been winning races. That's been their attack. You know, they're not gonna go out there and just bring out the bikes. They are actually gonna go out there and they're gonna start winning races, which they have been doing, especially in the off-road. So that says a lot. Siyempre, when you're talking about races in carrera, performance is what we're talking about here, right? Quick background on Fantic motorcycles. They have been around for 50 plus years. They had their ups and downs, and then recently they came back strong. New investors as well, and they acquired the world famous Minarelli factory. It's an engine manufacturing plant. They supply and they make engines for Yamaha, which is why some of the engines that we have with Fantic is shared technology with Yamaha. And Fantic, they also have their own design. They also have their own engine. So it's like a good marriage of sorts. But recently, they also realized in Japan, the emission standards are quite similar to what they have in Europe. So what's the point of doing things there when they can do it in Japan? Kind of freed up the opportunity for Minarelli for another takeover. So come in Fantic, which is perfect. In another video, I did visit their factory. It's super stellar, super awesome. I have more info on that one in that video. For this one, I like the idea that they had me try the Caballero because you know how it is with the retro or neo-retro style bikes. Sometimes they come and go. You kind of have a feel, are people sick of it na ba, or are they still into it? Now comes Fantic strong with these Caballero bikes. And it is one of their fastest selling bikes in the entire Fantic lineup. In fact, in my ride around in Bologna, I've seen several already. So ride time, it was primarily a city ride with a bit of outskirts. So we went to a church on top of a hill, which was awesome. The twisties that we went through was uphill and downhill. And these are steep twisties. You were talking about going really up and then turning. So it's a quite the experience actually, and very fun. Okay, we're gonna take a closer look at these two awesome bikes by Fantic, the Caballero. Caballo is horse. Caballero in Spanish can mean gentleman, but for the Italians, Caballero is the rider of the horse. We rode both of them, and essentially this is a 500, this is a 700. You're looking at 40 plus HP for this one, 48 thereabouts. This is about 68, 70 HP. Parallel twin on this one. You got a thumper on this one. Now, which one should you get? Before I answer that question, bits and pieces, pretty much in terms of quality of Fantic, made in Italy, pretty much dead on. Can't complain, solid. Now in terms of stance, with what I'm looking at right now, it seems to me that the 500 is a bit higher. Seat height wise, you're nestled a bit lower with this one. You got Marzocchi, both front and back. This is forks by Fantic, done by the Spaniards, as commissioned by our friends from Fantic.
It's on a mission, said son, you better listen. Stuck in your eye is an electrician, like a scientist. When I'm applying this method of control in my mind, like
what struck me with the Caballero 500 is the rugged rawness of it. Now, mind you, they also have a kit for this. Now, as it is stock with the emission standards they have in Europe, sa akin, banat na siya eh. Lakas, I mean, you got a lot of power on the early gears. So That says a lot. I mean, in terms of funness. So in terms of off-road, this is quite capable. It's lighter than the 700 and you can just do more things with it. The seat height is higher. For me, looks-wise and stance-wise, I kind of prefer the 500. Start it up. Oh, that's the intro of the TFT display. So it's tuned this way and it's very, very responsive. This is actually just a cover, so they did this way. It's not a steel tank. They used the material to help pass the evaporative test. Now, mind you, there are some brands out there that couldn't even get into the United States because of that issue about gasoline evaporating from tanks.
Calm down, you look like cable got dumped off of your crown. I flow like smoke out of chimney. You never be me. You wanna rap it with your making it hip hop beat. Get those tones right out the tray. Put them around.
Come to the 700, the difference is a bit stark from the raw power, from the vibrations and the hooliganness ng 500. You jump to the 700, all of a sudden it becomes refined. You got a parallel twin here. The chassis is different, it's more rigid, it's just more safe and sure. The 500 is more nervous. So some people like that. This one is a bit more tame. Some people might feel this is too sterile of a bike feel. Pero sa iba naman, they'll just find the refinement and the solidity of the bike a welcoming trait. So it really depends on what you're into. The rigidity on this one, I don't know. I guess it comes with the territory with an engine like that. Brakes, you got Brembo already over here, and you got Vibre on the 500. This one is aftermarket. You already see the difference with the swing arm. I'll turn it on just so you can see the intro. That is our intro, quick and just straight up. So this display can mirror your smartphone, so you got more connectivity with your gadgets. This is a better TFT display over this one. For those who don't care about that, this is gonna be fine for you. 500. Now it's actually pretty tough for me to decide which one to get, because if you're looking at it looks-wise, I like how this is standing because it's a bit higher. This one's a bit nestled on the ground more, a bit lower. Now, rideability-wise, I really enjoy this one. It's solid, it's a parallel twin, you got more power, it's just sure, very fun. This is just more hooliganish. This one though, if we can sort of like make it higher maybe. If this had a 700 version that looks like this, then I will go for that. Looks-wise, this. Performance, I'm gonna go for this. Price point in Europe, 1,500 euro difference. You're getting a lot for that difference. You're getting better suspension, you're getting better brakes, you got more power, you got a better display, more connectivity. 1,500, if you try to do that to this bike, I think you're going to be spending more than 1,500 euros. So this is a pretty good deal. However, this just looks good. What do you like?
Yeah, I do prefer the 500 because it's more nervous, more easy to ride. Also, you can go easily in the off-road. The 700 is a little bit heavier and yeah, more
So you
stable.
feel like you're going to have more fun with this one?
Yeah,
Weights?
this one is more funny for sure. Yeah, the 700 is much more stable, so also you can keep higher speed. For example, in the highway, in the normal road. But if you need to go off-road, then that is not, the right bike to do.
It's going to be this one. So the ride that we did, my experience with the Caballero in Bologna, it's not like the usual bike feature that I do. So pagbalik kong Pinas, gusto ko hiramin sana ulit yung Caballero, especially the 500, and put it through its makina bike feature paces. But initially, for me, okay to. I think that Fantic being manufactured in Italy, I've always said, I've been to a lot of China factories of late, and I've been visiting a lot of motorcycle manufacturing plants in China, and I have a healthy respect to how China does things nowadays. There are certain brands out there that are made in China that are pretty good. That said though, there is something special when you have a brand like Fantic still doing things here in Italy. So para siyang may extra sauce. I can't quite place it. And true enough, I did ask them, are you going to set up shop in Asia? And it's part of their scaling up program, because eventually to be more efficient with pricing so that us people in Asia can get this at a good price, considering all the duties and taxes that we have to pay, they have to set up shop in Asia somewhere. I wouldn't be too worried about that. But as of this point, if we have this in the country and it's still made in Italy, there's always going to be some value with that, diba? Mga Pinoy pa, meron tayong pagka, uy, made in ano, diba? So we have that going for it. That said, if it does move to Asia, for the Asian market, I wouldn't be worried about the quality. So the guys in Fantic are pretty awesome. So this is Zach for Macking Around the World. Take it easy. Ciao.